with us as adults, we try to sugarcoat things for kids because for some reason we want them to see us as like superheroes and people who don't have experiences, when in actuality they need to know that we make mistakes. So my name is Janique Johnson. I am a program advisor at the University of New Orleans with one of their many TRIO programs. And how we got involved with Brothers at Peace is Mr. Scott is a longtime friend of mine, and I had been seeing we had been doing in the community via social media and different things like that. So when we were looking for a mentoring group during the summer, it was a no-brainer that I thought about him. I gave him the information, let him know that what we were doing, and gave the information to my supervisor, and they met with him. They liked what Brothers at Peace had to offer, and it was history from there. I mean, I think it's beneficial because it's fail-proof. Like if I decide the way I want to move, I don't feel as though I can fail in that way because this is the route that I decided to take. When you go mom's route or dad's route or, guardian's route, sometimes when you come to bumps in the road, you don't know how to deal with that because that wasn't your plan in the beginning. It was somebody else's plan for you. So when you decide your own plan in your own way, you make your own rules. So, it's kind of fail-proof. Like if I decide that, hey, this is the route I want to take. I know mom said that this probably will be better, but for me, I feel this, and this is the way that I can go. I mean, you have very small room for error in that way. The boys lit up every single time they met with Mr. Scott. Every time. They always wanted to go. They always wanted to be kind of like the first people there or the first persons there every single time that they met with him. And it's important because men like to see men, regardless to, of course, dealing with boys. Of course, they want to see the girls and different things like that, but men like to see men. Young men like to see, a successful, well-groomed man who's telling them real life issues, real life facts, and how you can overcome things. So once the students, basically, they saw what he looked like, and then just listening to him speak, listening, to his story, they were intrigued every single time, which was really phenomenal to see. And it exceeded my expectations. So I knew that he would go in and kill it, but he killed it. And like I said, it exceeded my expectations, and I was really happy because you know how sometimes when you bring people in, you're like, oh Lord, I hope, even though I didn't feel that way, but it's like, oh Lord, I hope they like him because I already knew he would kill it. But I'm like, just bringing people in, and you're kind of leery about introducing people to people you actually really know and have a relationship with. So, once he went in and met with the guys and exceeded the expectations, it just was wonderful. So they really, really enjoyed working with Mr. Scott. Yeah, no, I do feel like create your own path should be one. As far as I feel like a lot in especially African American culture, we think that, telling our children to go to college, and we tell our children, getting out the house at 18 and different things like that is the thing to do, when in actuality, especially leaving the house at 18 is not the thing to do. So definitely creating your own path and doing things that you are comfortable with, not what your parent wants you to do, but something that you really want to do because at the end of the day, it's your life. Not saying don't take advice from them, because I feel like the wisdom is needed, but do your own thing. I think us as young girls, we think we know everything. we come here kind of grown already, thinking we know, and then it's kind of hard for us to take things that other people say because we think we know, or just I think that's with being a teenager also. Like you just think you know it. Like, my mama or my daddy, they don't know because they're old and their experiences may be dated, but it's always the same. Nothing changes in life. So sometimes with young girls, they kind of think they know, but when they hear a different perspective, because mom sometimes can be naggy, or women sometimes they feel can be naggy when they say certain things. But when it comes from, a strong man, it comes across very differently. And they kind of sit and listen and take what they're saying. And especially because, again, just the look and the different things like that, they're like, oh, okay, well, I can receive what he's saying because I think he may be on my level, or I think he's cute, or I think whatever. So I'll receive what he's saying. But a lot of times students in general, they want to hear certain things from us. They may act like they don't, but they do. They want us to care. They want us to nag them, because you got to think about it. When we were younger, we would nag certain teachers. We would always nag them because we wanted their attention. We wanted them to, engage in us. And regardless of the type of attention, we would, just continuously deal with them. So, the adults loved, what Mr. Scott had to offer, and just to see the way that the students reacted. Because sometimes, when students are so used to dealing with you, even though they enjoy you or they respect you, sometimes when they're so used to dealing with you, it gets kind of like, but getting it from a different perspective, they really loved seeing the students' reaction, and just the information that he gave to the students was like really refreshing. So everybody had great things to say about, the information that was being given. I enjoyed just the realness of everything, because I feel like a lot of times with us as adults, we try to sugarcoat things for kids because for some reason we want them to see us as like superheroes and people who don't have experiences, when in actuality they need to know that we make mistakes, and they need to know that we've had real life experiences. We've bumped our heads, but we've gotten back up, because that's the part that matters, that you got back up from the issues that you had. So just the realness of it, him also explaining that he has a daughter that was about their age, and just the different trials that she went through, that he guided her through, and just being honest with them, like, hey, boys will be boys, and this is what boys want, but y'all have to be more respectful of yourselves to know that, hey, certain things you should not tolerate from a man, and you're worth more, and guys will do what you have them to do, or what you align for them to do. So if you're in a relationship with a guy and you don't accept certain things, if he wants to be with you, he won't do it. So, just letting them know that had a lot of their wheels turning, and the girls did ask a good bit of questions. So that was cool to see. If you want more information on the program, visit brothersatpeace.org.